Hello everyone and welcome to the next episode of Minecraft Let's Build. It's amazing that we get to do this series. I love this series. It takes a while, but like it's all worth it. I have like 2 videos already made pretty much, and the second video is something that I didn't think I was gonna go and do. This video is just us going and doing the inside of the bridge that we started in the first episode and finishing that off. It was a little bit smaller than I originally thought it was going to be, but what can you do? It's a build. It's a Minecraft build. Minecraft builds sometimes become smaller than you realize, but you'll see why it's smaller later on in the video anyway, because apparently it goes into the other build that we were working on the other day. Minecraft is just an amazing, experience. And it kept raining. Honestly, I think I'm just going to turn off raining for this world, as much as it sucks and pains me to go and do. Because the amount of times that I have to type in /weather clear in these videos, it does add up. And it's like, okay, well, I could be spending time just building, and the time that I have to go and do that. So right now I'm just getting the hallways dealt with. Actually, I think I stopped the hallway around the doorway of this area, yeah. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go and get the hallway up to there, and then I start filling in this area. And ultimately, this build turned out way better than I thought it would. It didn't turn out exactly like I hoped it would, but it didn't turn out horrible. And that is all that I can hope for my builds. And I forgot why I went to the bed there to go and look at that. I think I was looking at the lighting because I realized the lighting was a little bit off. And I was like, how did I light up the area over there? And trying to go and get all of these dealt with. Stone bricks. Stone bricks are your friend. I mean, a lot of these builds have stone bricks in them. I didn't even realize how much stone brick I was using. But I mean, it kind of fits the build aesthetic, so I mean, I'm gonna stick with it. And then I'm just going and filling in this shit because why not? Why wouldn't you? And now I have to go and fill it in the inside wall. Great. This build took a little bit to go and do. Jeez, my voice cracked there, I think. But, this build took a little, time to go and figure out. Because it was like, hey, so, I'm gonna go and do this. And then I'd poke into a wall and it'd be like, oh, I can't do that, but I can do this. It was like, okay. Interesting enough. And that was pretty much all. That was literally it. On other news, a lot of games came out. I've been playing Age of Calamity. I fucking love it. Honestly, Valhalla is really good too. Age of Calamity and Valhalla are fucking sweet. That's really all I have to say on the matter. Great fucking games. But here we are, building in Minecraft. I wanted to go and make this room a little bit bigger because this is a cafeteria, or a mess hall of some kind. I wanted to make it somewhere where they could just sit and eat, the soldiers on duty here, or the guards on duty here, whatever you wanted to go and look at it as. And I think I succeeded. It's kind of awkward, going and trying to explain my thought process on this shit, but I mostly just tried to make it big rooms that actually looked like they fit what would actually be in a barracks of some kind. And they're a little basic because whenever you look at a barracks normally have basic building, basic rooms. And I couldn't get the item frame. Tried so hard to get the item frame. Oh my god. But basically, that's the thing is, there's a lot of things about it. about the build that's interesting is I just tried to go and build as close to possible what a barracks would look like in Minecraft. And I think I end up getting rid of that back wall. If I don't, then that is actually going to bother me because... Okay, yeah. Sweet. I was like, when do I end up fixing that? Because I know I end up fixing that. Okay, so... chilling out in here and doing this. I like that. Like, I know that it's a very basic way to go and show a torch sconch, but at the end of the day, it's really good. Like, that is one of the build techniques that I don't think will ever go out of style in Minecraft. And it's mostly because of what kind of build style it is. And then I realized I made the room too small. So I just made the room a little bigger on this side. I mean, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. And then here we are. Something else that I like about this video is, this is whenever I learned that you could actually just hold torches in your hand, and it would make the build so much easier to follow. Like, since I can hold a torch in my hand and it allows light to actually work that way, torches are not bad. Like, but there are problems where I run into a problem where I don't have enough light, and this is how I dealt with it. I basically just made glowstone areas, which kind of looks weird with the torches there, but I think it turned out okay at the end of it. Like, I was just messing around here, and there we are. I think I end up making that better because I don't think I like it in the ceiling that way. I know on the floor, on the floor I definitely did this for everything. Like, I like glass over glowstone whenever you do flooring. Not really just glowstone by itself. And there we are. The torch is in. Now we're just placing the little last bits of glowstone that we need to place. And I forget what I was looking for here. Stone stairs. Oh yeah, I wanted to go and make this like a little more decorated, and I was like, you know what? It adds a little bit of decoration. So I'm gonna go with it. And here's just me fixing the lighting again. Man, a lot of this is just trying to figure out the lighting. Like, because letting in freaking, like, in regular Minecraft, this would be way more than enough light. In shader packs, it's kind of hard to light up the whole entire room. Which, that is my only problem with shaders, is, yes, the lighting is more realistic, but sometimes the lighting can take a little bit, I don't know how to explain it. Take a little bit more time to get exactly right. Yeah, let's explain it that way, because I don't know any other way to explain it. And here I am just placing tables, because this is a barracks. So I was like, you know what? I could go with metal tables, or I could go with like regular tables. And that's mostly just what I went with, because can you really blame me? Wooden tables fit the aesthetic of the build. Like, ultimately. Like, because we're building I don't know how to explain it. We're building a barracks, and this is where I ran into my first issue with this build, actually. So, I went in to build a kitchen, or a area where they store food. Not really a kitchen, because, you know, it could be imported from whoever on the main area of the, like, in the main village, because it's so close. But yeah, I couldn't build this room exactly how I wanted, because I poked into our last build there, and I poked into the cave area where our hole is supposed to be, there. So I was like, you know what, it's gonna be a little bit smaller, but I'm gonna make it fit. And that's mostly what I did. Like, I just plugged in that wall and I was like, you know what? We're good. That wall just does not exist anymore. And here we are. and that's basically how I did. And now this is just me and dealing with the floor of the rest of the cave because I wanted to go and connect the hallways up. Or finish up the hallway because doing that part of the build made me realize, hey, the hallway is not the best, but it's also not the worst. So I'm just gonna go and connect it up and actually fix it so it, looks normal. Like, that's really all that I want to do here. And that's really all that I went with. Here I am fixing the ceiling. It's pretty straightforward. Like, really, we don't have much to talk about with the build until I get to the other room that I start working on. But like, this is necessary. This all is necessary. Okay, here we are. And I think, yeah, because I was starting to plan out a doorway there. Because I wanted an armory to be at the end of the hall. And you'll see what happens. Oh, I started working on the kitchen, I forgot. The kitchen was first on my mind. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna finish the kitchen, and then I'm gonna go off and do that again. And what a beautiful kitchen it turned out to be indeed. There's a part cut out here because ultimately it took me way too long to figure something out. Oh wait, no. It actually wasn't cut out because I'm not even at that part yet. I'm getting ahead of myself. Haha. Well, I could have sworn I finished stocking up the kitchen first. You'll see what I mean. Before I did this. But yeah, I realized that went into our last build. So I was like, you know what? What am I going to do here? And I dug in like this. And I maybe could have kept the doorway there. But I was like, you know what? It doesn't fit it. So I made the doorway here instead. And just blocked this whole part off and fixed it. Which ultimately I think looks better anyway. Because it's like, well, you tried to go and make a room out of it. It didn't really work out, but you tried. And that's really all it takes in Minecraft builds. You know, if anybody wants to get into Minecraft building, just like professionally even, like, I think the first step to Minecraft building is try to feel it out and don't go too overboard. But try to feel it out. And if something doesn't fit, you can try to push for it. But like most of the times, if something doesn't fit, it will actually look better. If you don't try to like force it into the build. Like, I'm building around my limitations right now, but I think this room turned out pretty okay at the end of the day. It could have been better, yeah. It definitely could have been. But I still feel like it turned out perfectly fine. Like, I didn't expect it to turn out this good. Like, it didn't turn out exactly even how I thought it was going to. Like, originally, I was going to have, like, a big base under here. And I didn't realize that I was so close to other builds. Which is another thing toward the dock. We might not... Whenever we do the dock, in the dock episode, I went in and said, hey, we're going to build the dock out a little bit on a certain side. I don't think we're going to be able to do that anymore. I think I'm going to have to build it out on the other side, which isn't the main problem. I already know what I'm going to do for the dock area next time we go and do the dock area. I already have a place set up. We're going to build a lighthouse because docks need that. And ultimately, I don't know how you can have a docking area without a lighthouse because ships need to see. That's just the simple fact of the matter. And really, I don't know how to explain it other than that. Here I am just messing with the walls. Like, This room is gonna be an armory. This room, originally, I wanted it at the end of the hall. It still is at the end of the hall. But it's not on the wall that I originally expected the entrance to be on. This is an armory. And I think, because I didn't put a door on this video, but I might put metal doors on it. Tell me your opinions on that, because honestly, I feel like that'd fit the room a lot better if I could fit iron doors on it. And yeah, just filling in the roof, like, standard fare. This is just standard fare. Like, ultimately, like, I'm starting to think that this build is giving me Attack on Titan vibes. Like, just stone everywhere. And more, like, medieval type builds. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, it's just, it's very barracksy. And here we are. I'm starting to carve out the areas for the lights. And this is where I start doing the lights this way. Which I didn't do in the kitchen, but, I mean, there's a first time for everything. I don't even know if I fix it in the cafeteria. But ultimately, the cafeteria is fine, I guess, without the lights being that way. And this is me replacing the blocks that I messed up. There we are. And there we are. This room has enough lighting. So item frame, stone, like pretty much just decorating all the torches again. Like, I like the sconces. Like, it's very weird because the item frame is definitely still there, and you can tell that it's an item frame. Like, I think there's a texture pack that you can just get rid of the item frame entirely and make it invisible. And honestly, I'm not even sure if I want to do that. Like, maybe that would actually be worth it. Because for those types of builds, which I really like those types of builds, to be completely honest, it fits a lot. Like, and I had to move a chest over because it didn't really fit. And I placed a chest here. There we are. Now this will be filled with weapons and a bunch of other stuff. Yeah, and this is where I did the kitchen. And originally I did chests. You're gonna see my cut here in a little bit because I sucked at just placing things in chests because honestly I forgot that middle click was a thing. Me being dumb. But basically I was just getting all the food ready and everything. I think I cut it around here whenever I started loading the first chest. And then after that, like, yeah, after I started loading the first chest, I think I cut it. And then I cut it to a point where I at least had most of them done. Because this took so much time in and of itself because it was just me fumbling around my inventory. It just wasn't enjoyable to watch at all. Yeah, carrots. I think this is the time where I literally, like, replaced it. Okay. Yeah. It was a little bit in. So carrots, and then it's just me messing with everything. Barrel. And I think you guys get standard fare of this. I placed barrels down. I did this constantly. And even this is not the fastest because you can literally just drag it and it will place a stack. But, you know, whenever you're a noob at Minecraft, you're a noob at Minecraft, am I right? I think I was doing those ones first because they were foods that I technically didn't already have dealt with. I was moving this over here. Cooked mutton. Yeah, there we are. And I just laid everything that I already had anyway. Melon slices. I mostly just, like, separated them based on if they're cooked or, like, kind of, I don't know how to explain it. Kind of, farm grown, I guess. And then there's the rabbit meat. Here we are. I think I'm gonna go and do something kind of like Assassin's Creed Valhalla, like one of the longhouses for like the person who's in charge of the village. Because honestly, that's kind of what I was going for the build anyway. Kind of like Viking-esque style, more medieval style. But like kind of in the middle of that, like striking a middle ground between that. And I think in between all of that, I've done pretty well with that. Putting the berries in here. Yeah, I mean, you can't go wrong with that. And then the final steak bit, which actually went faster than the other times because I actually dragged instead of grabbed one and then didn't. And then that was me checking everything, and I had to take a break for a while. And now we're on our final room. We're on the barracks bedroom, which is probably one of the most important rooms in a barracks, to be completely honest, is a bedroom, because you need a place for people to sleep. And this is where I apparently forgot my torch trick, because I honestly just kept digging out until it was dark. Oh wait, no, I had the torch trick right here. Well, and then I accidentally dug into that room, and I was like, well, this is gonna be the end of this room. So, very thin walls. I think I end up placing a double wall there. So, it's not exactly like you're in the other room immediately. I think I end up, like, connecting them. Or not. Getting them as close. Here I am messing with the stone on the roof and everything. Yeah, mostly a lot of this video is just clearing out. And I don't know what to go and say during these, honestly. Clearing out is pretty goddamn simple. It's like, you just grab the thing and you clear it out. You just beat up some stone for a little while. It's standard Minecraft fare. You're beating the stone and it's gone. I mean, it happens in survival, it happens in creative. I'm pretty sure everyone understands this. Because, like, you do this in survival to get materials. Constantly. And if you're building an underground base in survival, oh, God. Like, I don't know what it is, more like, I've started to like underground builds more lately. Like, before I hated underground builds because no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't get them to look really good. But it's all about the time that you spend on builds, honestly. Like, you can make anything look good in Minecraft if you spend enough time. And that's probably the best part about it, is it's all time-based. Like, if you have the time to spend to make a build look good in Minecraft, then you have it. That's it. Here's me messing with the walls still. Like, I'm just like straight up digging. I'm like, you know what? This is the digging episode, and that's all that it is. Like, I can't really blame it, to be completely honest. Because digging is part of Minecraft. That's literally Minecraft. But I mean, what can you do? Like, I could use world edit probably, but I don't even really remember the world edit commands, and honestly, yeah. I'm not really going to be like, oh yeah, I can just use world edit to get around all my problems. Why would I not do world edit? Now this part of the build might actually kind of annoy some people, especially the the more redstone savvy. What I'm going to do later is I'm going to connect it to a daylight sensor. But for right now, I just did basic redstone to not even basic redstone. This isn't even redstone. It was just, oh yeah, I'm going to place torches on it. Yeah, spoiler alert a little bit, I'm gonna place torches on it because, hey, you know what? I don't know a fucking thing about redstone, and I'm not going to spend 30 minutes in this 2-hour long recording, because this recording took a while, to go and like fumble around and then another 30 minutes to actually get the thing that I needed to. So I went and just tried to place as little torches as I can, or as little as I could of freaking levers on this to go and try to get it to work. And I mean, it works out. It's not exactly the best, but it's not the worst. I mean, it's better than having to spend a little while on redstone. Don't worry, I'll come back and I'll fix the redstone. But I need to go and like try to figure out what the hell I'm doing with daylight sensors before I like go ahead and be like, okay, I'm gonna go and just mess with the redstone now. Like that's what I'm gonna do. Let's do it. Like I'm not gonna be that guy to like mess around with it right now, because ultimately it feels like it would be good for the build, but like I didn't have the time, and I don't have the time right now, so we'll deal with it in a later episode. And we're just doing the flooring like always. That's literally it. I think I make the room 1 block bigger, which complicates the torch thing on the top, but I'm not quite sure if I actually do that. I could have remembered myself doing that, but I don't know if I did. And this is just me finishing up the hallway because this is the last wall. Here we are. Torch wall. And that's where I realized I fucked up. I was like, well, damn. So I made this room going 1 deeper. And I think this is the only change that I made to this room. Was, oh yeah, we're gonna be 1 wall more in. Which isn't a bad thing either. It's like, well, could be worse. The room is a little smaller now. But you know, our hallway is more lit up. And I made it pretty goddamn clear that I wanted to go and build up everything. There we are. And I found a solution around that. I was like, you know what? Bring the wall in a little bit more. And there we are. I left that 1 torch in the corner there. And that's going to stay there for the rest of this video. I ended up fixing that off camera after the recording. I know that's going to annoy some people because it's like, I can see a torch that you missed in the comments. It's like, well, I noticed it. It was just in the editing process. And by the next episode, it is fixed. So, whatever we're doing in the next episode, which I already know what we're doing, but I'm not going to say it in this video. Basically, you already know. And here's me going in trying out a new design for the bunk beds, because I realized this could work. I don't know how other people have gotten it to work though. I was originally trying to go and get it so I could place ladders on the trapdoors. And this is where I had to mess around a little bit, because I was like, no, I have to place that in order to get the bed on here. Place this. Okay, sweet. Yeah. I saw people getting ladders on those, and I was like, how do you get ladders on trapdoors? You can't. So, I just had to go with the old thing of wood here. Yeah, wood here. Trapdoor under the bed instead of just stone, which ultimately I think looks really good. And I tried to make it as symmetrical as possible. This room is not symmetrical because of the way that it has to be. The beds, it's very awkward to get it symmetrical because the beds don't exactly match up on both sides. Like, I tried to get it as close as possible, each bed as close as possible, as as I could. And there we are. I really like this kind of design because before people were just placing slabs, and yeah, it looks nice and all. But I think the trapdoors add a little more to it, especially the iron trapdoors. We aren't going with that because it just fits the build better to not go with that. But, I mean, you can't really, like, knock it because it's not even a bad build technique. And honestly, I like what I did at the chest here, too, is placing the trapdoor under the chest. Like, I just like using the trapdoors as support because ultimately they would be a good support system. Like, you don't know if they move. Like, they could be the trapdoors that are literally just wood built out of it. And that's mostly what I thought of whenever I was doing this. I was like, you know what? That's not half bad for that. And here's me placing the beds. I tried to match it up with the beds like that were on patrol at the start of the build, or at like in the main room. And here's me going doing the final bed because I was like, this corner is kind of bare, so I was like, yeah, I have a bed here, and that's that. Here's me messing around in this room. Basically, the rest of this build is just me going and filling in chests, and that's not even really a problem. Like, it's just me going and filling in the chests and placing armor mannequins. And I was like, this is where I'm gonna start doing a rank system. I put netherite on some of the guard armors. Some of the guard armors are diamond, which are actually emerald in my texture pack because I switched out emerald for diamonds. It's just a personal preference of mine. I've always wanted emerald armor, so I just made emerald diamond. If anybody's questioning for any video, that is the reason why I legitimately made emerald diamond in my texture pack, because I honestly like emerald more than I like diamond. And this is me going and messing with everything. And this is after I learned the middle click trick, which is nice. Because I was like, yeah. But then I learned another middle click trick in this room, which was, if you have a thing in your inventory, Jesus, I don't know what I have in there. If you have a thing in your inventory, basically, you can middle click and then just drag it in the chest, and there we are. You have it in the chest. I don't know why I didn't think about it, to be completely honest. Like, here I am doing it the weird way. Like, you're gonna see me doing this the rest of the build, okay? Because I didn't realize this until, like, the last chest, or one of the last chests. So, we're gonna have a lot of stupid things like this. But it's super dumb. Like, I can't help but, like, fucking kinda laugh at myself, but at the same time, I feel so fucking stupid. Like, there's no way around it. Like, I just feel really stupid after this, because it's like, oh yeah, I could just drag this in the chest. Why didn't you drag it in the chest? I don't know. Why did you spend so long on the chest parts of the build? Because you know this trick now. I don't know. You can't really, like, it's one of those things that you can kind of laugh at me for, but, like, also you can't really blame me for, because it's like, yeah, you could have known about that trick, but why didn't you? And here's messing with the diamond stuff. I like how I do with the diamond and netherite stuff before I finish off with the regular armor chests. I think it was because originally the armor chests... No, actually, because I left a chest that was just a helmet. And I think I realized that after I went back to it. Like, ultimately, because it's not even that bad. Like, this build is not even that bad. Like, it was just chest heavy. Like, it was just very dig heavy and chest heavy. It was very non-build heavy. Which, works. And there's me going and messing up the chest a little bit. And I fixed it. But basically, like, yeah, it's very chest heavy and very dig heavy. And then, yeah, I just need to place the stone bricks, which ultimately were a big part of the build, but were not as big a part of the build. And this is where I had a few bow chests and crossbow chests, because I was like, this works really well. And I think this is where I figured out you could just drag. No. No, it wasn't. It's one of these chests. Okay, so I had a chest full of bows. And then, yeah, I had another chest full of bows. Could have sworn I had, chest full of bows? Is this a chest full of crossbows? Okay, yeah. I was like, there's a chest full of crossbows. I know there is. Because why wouldn't there be? And here we are. And here's the crossbow chest. And mostly this is all this is. Like me going and messing with chests and everything. Arrows. Now this was a pain in the ass because I don't think I did the. Oh, this is where I learned the dragging trick. I felt so stupid after this. I was like, what? Wait a minute. What? I can go and do this the whole time? Oh no. And then I grabbed everything from this chest and I was like, you know, I'm gonna go and do that again. And I don't know if I actually did it. I did do it. Okay. I was like, if I didn't do that after that, then that's kind of disappointing. And then I grabbed this again because there was going to be another chest full of this, which was that. And I was like, you know what? The leather chest plates aren't fully in the way. We're good. And the weather clear. See, I need to get rid of that because honestly, like, it's not even like it's rain that's the problem. It's more of the game starts thundering. And that's the problem. Is the game starts thundering and that's the issue. Is I hear thunder and I'm like, well, that can destroy builds that are wooden. And it's like, well, you know what? It's Minecraft. Minecraft, your shit is gonna be destroyed sometimes. And ultimately, we're not playing in 1.17, or the newest snapshot, so we don't have the lightning rod. So we don't have a way to direct lightning, which would be nice, to be completely honest. I'm not gonna lie. Like, directing lightning would be really good. But we just aren't there yet. And this is just me going and finishing off. I just had a chest full of different types of swords. Because how can you have a barracks and not have a chest full of different types of weapons? And this is the chest full of shields, I'm pretty sure. Like, I had a chest full of shields. Yeah, there we are. Like, this is... See, this is what I mean. This went a lot faster. If I knew this trick way sooner in the video would have been a lot shorter. Arrow chest, shield chest, sword chest, armor chest, yeah. And there we are. This is where I started to show off the build. I'm gonna go and leave you guys here. Zordon Herder.